All right. This is just me on stage this time, and you already know me. This is, I think, a presentation I've been waiting to give since we started Kisi about 12 years ago. Because we started Kisi, we saw that payment is going into the phone, and we were wondering why keys don't do the same yet. You'll hear about this in a minute. As someone said before, we like to build a future to be usable in the present, and this today, I'm an Apple payaholic. I want Apple. I want everyone to use phones. I want everyone to be on phones for everything. And this is the experience that users typically want. They want to use their phones for as much as possible. It's pretty much a remote control for their professional and personal life. They don't really want fobs or key cards, maybe sometimes as a secondary credential, just in case. And it's clear that they really want a mobile-first approach. We have some data that we collected because a lot of our users love using mobile. So when we look at the data, about 80% of the users use phones to unlock the door. And of those 80%, another 80% are on iOS. So a majority of our phone users use iPhones. And of those iOS users, almost 60% choose more advanced versions of unlocking the door than just going into the app and press a button. Those versions rely on Bluetooth or something more advanced to set up. They really jump through hoops to get a better experience. They give location permissions. That's why I was asking about Bluetooth. Some users don't like that, and then they need to keep the app installed and keep being logged in. So users really want to do that to have that experience at the end. Our learning is if users are presented with something easier, faster, and more reliable than the current technology, they will want it and they will use it. And what we've been hearing in the market, this is, I think, experts from real estate and co-working, they really see more flexibility driving more demand in seamless access. And the expectation is clear that the users want to go beyond the mobile experience they currently have. They want a truly seamless experience, sometimes app-less experience, and with a technology that fits into their lifestyle, right? So they already pay Apple Pay at the coffee shop. Why not unlock your door with that? And we are ready to support our customers in this next phase. This is why we are announcing Kisi and Apple Wallet. It's available starting next week, I think. We'll give the team the experience they expect. They can just use the phone with the same rewarding experience as when you buy an expensive latte to unlock the door to your office. Some facts about the wallet. It's the obviously the number one most popular digital wallet in the US with 92% market share. That comes with a whole other conversation that Apple has. But it already has everything about your personal information, credit cards, boarding pass, concert tickets, sometimes passports or driver's license, whatnot. So, why not put your office badge in there? Kisi is a certified Apple partner. We deliver a solution that combines the ease of use and security of Apple Wallet with Kisi's enhanced access control. And what really differentiates Kisi in the market, I don't think we are the first ones to launch Apple Wallet. Many others have done that. But what really differentiates us is that it's a lot easier to install. We redesigned the reader to comply with the requirements that Apple has. It's our own reader. There's no other middleman in there. And you can really easily install Apple Wallet. You use the Kisi app, add the badge, and that's it. I'll show you the flow later. And something interesting that someone asked me, like, what happens if I turn off my phone? Does it still work? Believe it or not, if you turn off your iPhone, it's really off, so it will not work. But But iPhones come with something that is called battery reserve. So if you're, in the past, our answer to what if my phone dies, we just used to tell them, go to a nearby coffee shop or bar and grab a drink and charge it. But iPhones have a function that if the battery dies, that they go into battery reserve mode, where essential functions are still available, such as Apple Pay. So you can still unlock your door even if the phone is dead, but if you turn it off, it will not work. That's like really nice resilience and redundancy for users when you come off like a big trip and like it's been 10 hours and you've been on your phone on the airport and like calling an Uber and then your phone dies, then you need to get in an office. That's how this still makes it happen. The Kisi Reader Pro 2.1 is the reader that is certified with Apple that will launch next week. And this is how it looks. You can simply tap and get in. And I think a quote that we really like is from Liz Elam. She's a co-working ambassador, I would say. Anything that removes barriers to entry is a win for the industry. People want seamless experiences, and for everything that just work. Apple is known for that, so people really trust Apple more so than any other credential provider to deliver that experience. And some of the use cases we've heard today, like what if you have a coffee in your hand? What if you bring your laptop or you're carrying something to the office? Like this really makes it super easy to just tap and go. Something that I really found surprising is you hear that these amazing user experience is possible and you don't really know how it feels until you tried it for the first time. I've validated with a couple of my colleagues. Generally, everyone knows what Apple Wallet does or what Apple, how it feels, but when you tap and it does this little vibration, this sound, it releases a lot of endorphins and you have a lot of happy moments unlocking the door. So it's a symbol for the speed, reliability, and security of the NFC technology that Apple uses, and that the employees and users really like that. Additionally, you obviously use all the built-in privacy and security features of the iPhone. Apple has a separate security running on a specific chip that we even can't access, so this is like even some people really like it a lot better. In terms of privacy, obviously you need to trust Apple. And surprisingly, obviously you can deinstall the Kisi app and still use Apple Wallet, but what happens if you lose your phone because you can still badge in? And so that's where the Apple ecosystem comes in nice and handy because you can you use something like Find My, so maybe some people know that. Like when you lose your device, you can find the device, but you can also deactivate certain services through Find My on your iPhone remotely. Really cool things is also you can design employee badges that look like yours, look like your own employee badge in your wallet. It's really premium experience, and some workplaces really like that. This is how it looks, the onboarding flow. When you add ApplePass to your Apple Wallet, it's pretty much a three-step process. You download the Kisi app, you sign in, you click Add to Apple Wallet, and then you have it in your Apple Wallet. And then you could theoretically deinstall the Kisi app because you don't need it necessarily anymore if you're an end user. Obviously, admins have additional functionality in the Kisi app they like to use. And additionally to the Apple Wallet and usage, we see that people still like to use other access methods we also offer. So Apple Wallet uses NFC. You can still use Bluetooth, like someone mentioned with waving your hand, uses Bluetooth. You could also use QR codes that we have, I think, showcasing outside. So for us, it's really important to stay flexible and give companies the whole bandwidth of access credentials because different types of users need different types of credentials typically, but generally everyone in a company should be able to use Apple Wallet. But if they choose to not to or like have some sort of limitation, then you can also choose any of the other flexible access options we have. This is something I mentioned earlier. You can obviously deploy Kisi as a standalone deployment. It's a very simple architecture. There's a reader on the wall, there's a controller in the IT room, and that's it. That enables Apple Wallet to happen. When you look at other solutions out there, it doesn't necessarily look that simple. And this makes it perfect for smaller deployments or highly decentralized deployments. For example, if you have a lot of offices in different buildings, this is a great solution. But a lot of larger companies already have existing systems they don't necessarily want to get rid of. And this is a little bit technical, but just want to try to explain it real quick. So basically, if you have your existing building access system, maybe you work in a building that you don't occupy the whole building, so a landlord manages that. And there's an existing building system and an existing badge reader. So how do you make Apple Wallet work with that? The first step is you would need to update the reader. You could choose our new terminal that you can see outside that supports Apple Wallet and QR for visitors, for example. And to make it work with the existing building system, you need two of our adapters, which one is we call Kisi Powerline, and the other one is a controller to connect to the existing system. So Kisi Powerline enables you to not have to replace the existing cables. So normal readers use power cables or weekend cables. And our Powerline converter really allows you to run power and internet through the existing cables. So you don't need to run new Cat6 or Cat7 cables. This is a very easy way to migrate to Apple Wallet very quickly without much needing for construction, which is in a building, has marble walls or like certain crazy restrictions for insurance. So like this really makes it easier on the landlords to switch. As said, we are also really proud that we build our own reader, and that enables us to deliver the credential at a different price than you might see out there. Currently, the price for Apple Wallet is $20 per user per year, and what we see in the market is ranging between $20 and $60 per user per year. Yeah, we think this makes a big difference and hope that some of you might be able to use it one day. There's different use cases we see for Apple Wallet. And then I think we'll get a couple questions. So for visitor management, you could add also QR codes to Apple Wallet, so you don't need to have the ApplePasses in the Apple Wallet. And flexible spaces, obviously, if you have a lot of different users coming in and out. For turnstiles, where it really needs to be fast, maybe let's do a quick show of hands. Who of you took the subway here this morning? All right, pretty much half or like 3/4. And who of you paid with Apple Wallet to get in? All right, that's, almost the same amount. So I would say 80% of you who took the subway already chose that experience. So I think like turnstiles is a place where you really don't want to block the next person behind you because it's New York and they get real mad. And another use case we have is for building is multi-tenant access. So a lot of larger landlords in New York are thinking about my portfolio of 20 or 25 buildings. I have a gym in one, I have something else in another building that tenants want to use. So they really try to give cross-building access to all these amenities across the building network. And that is a pretty strong use case for Apple Wallet as well. Thank you, and now if you have questions, happy to hear them. Yes? Good question. So the question was, Android supports native NFC. So we are able to use NFC on Android already since we started. It's just an open standard on Android devices. So the experience for Android users is not necessarily that different to use Samsung Wallet or Google Wallet, because they're already having the NFC experience that is very fast, reliable. For iPhone users, that's very different because other than Apple Wallet, you cannot access, like we cannot access NFC as an access control company. You need to go through Apple Wallet.
Pay the toll. Your friends say pay the toll.
I'm not going to comment on that.
You did mention in one of the slides that you were able to provision the Apple Wallet passes without them downloading the app. Is that through API or not?
Okay, the question is, can you download the Apple Passes without downloading the app? I don't think so. Maybe at one point. You still need to download the app to onboard and add the Apple Pass to your wallet, but then you can remove it. So you don't need to keep the app installed. Any others? Yep.
You mentioned your brand, how it works in the Apple Wallet. Design it, suppose we put our own logo on top of that, and it will appear that way in the Apple Wallet.
Are you asking how that works?
Yes.
So Apple Wallet has a, I think, native design configurator where you can design your own badges, and then we can work with you to get that in Kisi as well. So there's a standardized process for designing your custom badges for either your client or your own company. Yes?
If by chance someone does not have a phone, is there an alternative?
If someone doesn't have a phone, it's an alternative. That's exactly what we're here for. We provide pretty much any credential on the readers. You can use cards, you can use SMS if you have an old phone. You can use links via email. You can use the phones, obviously. So we try to be as flexible. You can use QR codes that are printed. Face, a little ambiguous. I don't know who would be willing to do biometrics to get in the office, but technically you can use any credential you can imagine to unlock the door with us. Biometrics is a little specific, but other than that, very flexible. For example, if you think about service staff, they often don't have company phones or maybe don't have personal phones to bring, so they typically get service badges or something like that. Awesome. I think that's it. Really happy that we were able to make this work. And with that, we have a quick 10-minute break, 15-minute break. Thanks so much.